Hey guys, welcome back. I haven't been posting for a while. Some of you probably don't care, but today we're an Obby creator, and I just want to show off my hobbies because they're cool in my opinion. But to be honest, it is my opinion. So let's start with this one. It's called Swift Hackett, and the premise of this one is pretty simple, really. You know those games, mobile games like Temple Run, Subway Surfer? Yeah, this is the exact same thing. You start, you get plopped down, you get killed. You start down and you get a bunch of obstacles, and you basically thrown into a random scenario each time. If you get the same one, well, it's random, so I can't really say. For instance, that's random. So is this. This one we already seen. But yeah, that's the basic premise of the whole obby is that it's random in each time. So when you enter it, you're gonna get teleported into one of these, and there's gonna be obstacles that you have to avoid. And there really isn't an end, if you can call it, to this obby, unless you like die. That's yeah, then you get plopped down back to the start. But yeah, this is a cool concept, and this is my pride and joy of you know, a lot of my hobbies. So let's move on to the second one. We're gonna go to this one, different every time, and this one looks basic and really isn't basic at all, because it was incredibly hard to make. If you can, yeah, you see these? These are you see these red things? These wires? Yeah, these are all buttons connected to something that's in the level that's making it visible. So when I enter a level, like let's go for this one. This is all in look, there's nothing here. This is all invisible until a certain button is pushed to make it visible. The reason why it's called different every time is if I enter here, go for this, it's gonna teleport me, and we just have to wait for this sequence to load in, and then you get plopped down into a level that's completely random. There's four different maps that you can get, sent to, and each four of those maps uh, have different obstacles, or like four different. They're split into four different obstacle charts. For instance, right here, this is what we got, and right here, we got four buttons all placed here, and all four of those buttons can make this right here a different kind of level. Like for instance, let me just reset it by going out. That's the only way to reset it, is by leaving the obby and then rejoining it. Let's see, we got for C, so this is like C section, and we got these floating thingamajigs and columns and this, and the way to escape, the way to actually beat this hobby is by literally just playing it, just boom, 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 do a little bit of that, and then boom, there it is. You beat the hobby. Good job. You get sent back, and now you can choose to get a new one. It's gonna be random every single time. I don't know if you can get the same level again twice in a row. I never had that happen to me before. You can get the same map again, but it's most likely gonna be different obstacles in your way. Otherwise, you're just incredibly lucky if you get the same one. Let's move on to the other one. Let's go to oof, this one. Ah, this one. This one is fairly interesting. If you can look at the title, it says randomly generated terrain. You're probably wondering, wait a second. You're probably wondering if you even know how to work buttons in this game. You're probably wondering, wait a second, you can't make anything randomly generated. And to that I say, no, you can totally make this generated with with a bunch of buttons and a lot of pain and suffering and me wanting to kill myself after doing this to myself. If you can see this red thing, this whatever it is, these are all blocks, props actually. Let me get that here. These are all props that can spawn. Also terrain. If you can see, these are marked by terrain 1, terrain 2, terrain 3, and terrain 4. There's 4 terrain pieces that can range, so from 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 4 options of terrain, if you can see here. And each one of those is random. So for instance, if I go here to the base and press this button, it's gonna generate a terrain. Right, and now we get a different one. And then if we leave and then come back again, press the button, and boom, we get a different terrain piece each time, and different props each time. So if you get the same thing, again, you're incredibly lucky. Oh yeah, by the way, if you equip this part specifically, uh, yeah, you get this abomination of laser beams. That's how hard it was to make this. Oh shit, I stopped the process. Because this process requires me to use normal push blocks to activate all of these, which is why it was so hard to make it, is because I had to set up everything. Alright, moving on. We got testing grounds. This is not really an obby. This is where I just have my shit that I test. I have a bunch of, here, as you can see, we have the decals, images. These are for my particles, stuff like that. And I also made an animation. This was actually my first ever animation that I did, which is enter to see the POV of how it feels to get banned on Roblox for hating women. I'm just gonna let this play. I don't have any sound because I don't have any, Robux, so no advanced parts for me. But as you can see, this looks cool as shit. I just wish that I can add more sound to it for it to even be better, but I can't because I have no money yet. But yeah, that's all it is to see in this obby. So let's move on to the other ones. We'll skip these because they're not randomized, and I haven't really put much work into them. Oh yeah, this one, Five Nights at Poco's. This was pretty big project on my part, and it's basically like Five Nights at Freddy's. I've made it like a custom night by adding the ability to disable and enable most of the animatronics. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 animatronics that do something. This one is more or less the camera entity, and how this night works is that I'm just gonna play one specific game of one night in my own game. And these are the cameras. This is all how it looks. You get see this guy's like Foxy, except he goes into vents, which are he is incredibly hostile, and I hate him. On camera 2, we have the music box. You have to click it in order to reset it, because if you don't, well, that thing is gonna kill you. So make sure to do that. Also, this guy right here, he's like, just like Freddy from, oh shit. Yeah, you see that guy? That guy functions at random intervals. He can be on any cam. He can be on any camera from C5 to C1, and he can spawn literally any. Look, there he is. He can be anywhere, and he is terrifying because he can just jump scare you. And also, I pressed that button too early. So yeah, I don't also have any sound effects for this one because again, no advanced parts. But how all of them work is I'll show you guys. I mean, if you wanted to, this is just normal gameplay. I don't know if you guys want me to show you how the commands work, but I'll just show you the briefing of the thing, and this is how it looks. It's not that complicated, you know? It's decently complicated, but not that as other projects that I've done over the couple of days. So, yeah, I hope you liked all my hobbies, and well, I just want to show off. I don't know if you guys want to play them, but here, right here, you see this Obby thing, Obby ID? You have to press that, and then from hashtag, you can go from hashtag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and those all have hashtags on them. I mean, they all have the same ID number, and then they just have different hashtag numbers. So yeah, I hope you liked it and enjoyed this video,